Hello again, and welcome to our conference conversations. Our NATH conference is in November 10th through the 12th, and we are here with Barbara Austin, and we welcome her. She is a presenter of NATH for a few years now. She comes from Arizona, and she will be speaking on the yin and yang of stress. So we are excited to see that and hear that. So welcome, Barbara.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'd like to it's so nice seeing you again, and you're in short sleeves and warm in Arizona, and I'm in a sweater in Ohio because it's starting to get cold here. I don't know. I'm a little envious, but it'll be nice to be at the beach. It'll be somewhere in between there in Virginia Beach in November. Last year they were swimming out in the ocean, and a couple years before that we were wishing we had winter coats. So you never know. Pack for the
Yes,
best.
indeed. Yes,
But
indeed.
I'd like to just talk to you a little bit about who you are and what you'll be presenting at our conference this year. So,
Okay.
what makes you come to our NATH Transpersonal Hypnosis Conference?
That's a simple answer, actually. The very beginning, when I first started coming, was at the motivation of my teacher, mentor, friend, Linda Bennett. And she's always encouraging people who are starting off in the business to come and do presentations on things, and we just continued it. And I enjoyed it the first time so very much, even though I did freeze my butt off. And then so coming the second time was just, natural to continue to share my message. And my message is about my demographic, which is often caregivers. Being a full-time caregiver myself, I truly understand the stress of being a caregiver. And so I started my work looking at how I could help not only myself, but all the other 53 million. Wouldn't it be nice if I could do that? Caregivers who are struggling with daily stress in their totally unwanted job. And now I see, as I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years, that anything that I talk about with caregivers in terms of their stress really applies to just about anybody who is suffering from severe stress. It's just that in caregiving, it it's more chronic. We don't know when it'll end. And it'll end maybe when our loved one passes, maybe not. Maybe there'll be new kinds of stress that comes with that aftermath. And so it's kind of a real passion, both personally and professionally.
Mm-hmm. It sounds it. I know there's a lot of my friends are in that very same boat right now, where they're caring for either spouses or they're caring for their older parents who are on the verge. So, what will your participants of coming to your presentation, what do you think they'll take away from it for their clients or their practice?
Well, my intent is that they learn that there is a positive side of stress and a not so positive side of stress, and to not dwell as much if they can on being so sucked into the negative side, and look for those positive elements where stress helps them get through their daily activities. And one of the things that stops them from doing that often and going from a stimulus to a response is this kind of barrier created by limiting beliefs, the things you grew up with, the religious, the political, the cultural, the sociological, those little beliefs that you're often unaware of, that we don't realize that we're making our decisions based on that limiting belief, that false belief, that somehow we have digested it and can't get rid of it, right? So identifying it, creating a goal, how to get past it, and then we can enter into what Viktor Frankl calls the space of personal power, where we can now, instead of just reacting to a stimulus, now we can thoughtfully move into a mindful response. This response, using that pause time, this response would help make me feel better about the situation, me being the client, as well as those around me that my behavior impacts. So that's the goal, to see that just there's a polarity to anything and everything, that there's the good stress. How do I use that to make me more resilient?
So participants will be able to learn how this might show up in their clients if they are caregivers. And can hypnosis help with that?
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of things that we do, like there is a particular one, many people may be aware of it, a script called The Wall of Fear. So if each of those little bricks in the wall is a limiting belief, how do we help the person through hypnosis tear down that wall, Mr. Gorbachev? Is it? I got to be careful of my age of my audience. Younger people go, huh? Who's Gorbachev, right? So,
I know.
uh, yeah. Uh, so is that intent through hypnosis for them to tear down that wall, to reduce, release, remove those bricks from that wall that is limiting you to go into the space of power, to create that opportunity to come up with a more thoughtful response that is significantly stress reducing. So there's lots of activities that we'll do in my 2-hour session while I'm at NATH to help people see the direct connection in terms of hypnosis.
Oh, very good. That sounds
Yeah,
excellent. And they'll be able to take some of these techniques back to their clients?
absolutely. Same day, same day.
And
They
then
may even try it themselves on themselves, right?
absolutely. And then what happens to the caregivers after they might participate in some hypnosis and things? Does that help them acclimate better into the caregiving role?
Yes. One of the things I always like to do in my practice is teach self hypnosis. So I'm going to show you what this process is like, and I have written a booklet called In the Moment Stress Reduction Technique. So when you're in the middle of the storm, what do you do to protect yourself, to relieve that tension? And then, it's simple things like just rubbing your ears in the moment of heightened anger or fear or guilt. I just rub my ears and I feel calmer, and then I can move on.
Oh, I'm gonna
So
try that. I
yeah,
need that.
oh yeah, it's marvelous. It's a simple one, and it's so unobtrusive. You could do this anywhere,
Uh-huh.
driving a car, one hand at a time, maybe,
Well, when you
or
sing at the
standing.
conference, just, fixing my earring, everybody will know what I'm doing now.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. They'll say, "Linda, are
Yeah,
you stressed?"
that's excellent.
No, I'm not stressed. No,
Yeah, not at all, not at all. Anyway,
yeah,
that sounds great. And what
yeah.
else can you tell us about you in
About me,
particular? Why do you come halfway around the country to come to the NATH conference?
well, because I love what you guys do as your mission in terms of the transpersonal aspect. I love the people that I meet there. They're just so great and so encouraging and so involved in all the different areas that we work in hypnotherapy, and so that part's really, really fun. The other part is it's always fun to travel with my fellow Sweeha people, because
Okay.
after we graduate we go 1,000 different directions, and I love going over to the ARE to get a massage or a reflexology session. I love exploring that area. And probably one of the motivators too to continue doing it is this is one of my two major respite times when I can leave home. I have my son come and stay with my husband, and I go and I just delve into things that just fascinate me because I'm a lifelong learner, and I can explore so many things that it's so hard to do when I'm at home.
Oh,
So
well,
lots of good reasons.
we're glad that
Plus,
you
I
have
get to
a
see you.
conference to come to, and I'm excited
Yeah,
to see you all again. It's almost a SWIHA and a AU Atlantic University and ARE and NATH homecoming all at once.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
know that there are people that go, "Oh, I see Linda Bennett and there's Barbara Austin, and oh my gosh, I haven't seen you guys in so long."
Right.
Um, I think that's part of what makes our conference different, that we can sit down and have conversations and talk to people, and yes, go to
Yeah,
the area and or just go walk on the beach with somebody. I
that's
think
fun
you'll
too.
really like our new venue. The
Great.
meeting rooms are amazing. All the suites are oceanfront, and I think we're going to have a good time at the Holiday Inn. So I look
If I
forward
i-
to seeing you.
if I may just, if this is allowed, if not, you can cut it out. But to plug, I will bring my newly published debut novel as a giveaway, and it deals with PTSD. It deals with female nurses who served in the Vietnam War, and now these women are in their late 70s, early 80s, who are still suffering from PTSD. So I'll bring copies of those if people would like to purchase it. Plus a giveaway.
Absolutely, please.
Yeah.
And I hope that you have some of those little booklets that you say you have too. That would be amazing
Okay.
as well.
Oh, great. Oh, kick
You
me
can
in the
have
butt.
those.
Get me to do that.
If you don't have a vendor's table, you can also have things at the NATH table that we will consign your items
Yeah.
for you. So let
Yeah.
me know
Yeah.
however you want to do that. And I look
Okay.
forward to seeing you in
Thank you.
November. Thank you
Thanks,
so much
Linda.
for your time today.
Oh, thank you so much. Looking
Talk to
forward
you
to it.
soon. Okay,
Bye bye.
bye-bye.